Have you ever sat down in a dimly lit restaurant, picked up the menu, and felt that sudden, sinking panic because the words were just a blur of swimming black ink, forcing you to reach for the reading glasses you promised yourself you wouldn't need yet? Or perhaps you have been driving home at night, gripping the steering wheel until your knuckles turned white, because the headlights from oncoming cars created a blinding starburst glare that left you terrified for those few seconds of total blindness? You are not alone, and I want you to listen very closely to what I am about to say, because it might save your independence. But here's the truth. The truth most doctors don't take the time to explain. It's not always just old age. It is not just the inevitable decline of your genetics, and it is certainly not something you should just accept as your new normal. The medical establishment often tells us that blurry vision, macular degeneration, and cataracts are just part of the aging package. But that is a half-truth designed to keep you resigned to a future of stronger prescriptions and eventual surgery. The reality is that your eyes are not just getting old, they are starving. Specifically, they are starving for oxygen and critical nutrients during the most important time of your day, while you sleep. Today, I am going to walk you through a breakthrough that challenges the conventional narrative of eye health. We are going to explore the concept of nighttime retinal regeneration and how a specific countdown of 7 powerhouse fruits, when eaten at the right time and in the right way, can act as a shield against blindness and restore the sharpness you thought was lost forever. Before we dive into this life-changing information, I want to know who I am talking to today. We have a beautiful community growing here of people who refuse to let aging dictate their quality of life. Drop your city or country in the comments below right now. Are you watching from the sunny coasts of California, the historic streets of London, or perhaps somewhere in Australia? Let me know, because I read every single comment, and it helps me understand where our message of health freedom is reaching. Now, why is your vision blurry? Why does it feel like there is a film over your eyes when you wake up? To understand the solution, we must first understand the root cause, which is often a silent condition called oxidative stress coupled with nighttime hypoxia. Your eyes are the most energy-demanding organ in your body for their size. They consume oxygen and nutrients at a rate that rivals the brain. During the day, your eyes are bombarded by blue light from screens, UV rays from the sun, and environmental toxins. This creates free radicals, unstable molecules that tear apart your cells. Think of it like rust forming on a car. This biological rust accumulates on your lens and your retina. Nature designed a repair mechanism for this. At night, when you close your eyes, your body is supposed to rush in with a repair crew to scrub away this rust and regenerate the photoreceptor cells, the tiny rods and cones that allow you to see. However, as we age, our circulation slows down. The tiny microvessels that feed the eye become stiff and narrow. This means that exactly when your eyes need the repair crew the most, during sleep, the road is blocked. Your eyes spend 8 hours in a state of starvation, gasping for nutrients that never arrive. Over years, this nightly starvation leads to the death of cells in the macula, the center of your vision. This is why you struggle to see faces clearly. This is why reading becomes a chore. But what if you could flood your system with specific compounds right before bed that act like a vasodilator, opening up those highways and delivering a superdose of repair nutrients directly to the retina while you dream? That is exactly what we are going to do today. I have compiled a list of the top 7 fruits, scientifically proven, to target vision health, and I am going to count them down to the absolute number 1 best fruit you must eat. But be warned, simply eating these fruits isn't enough. At the end of this video, I will reveal the 3 golden rules of consumption. If you break these rules, you might as well be eating candy. You need to combine these fruits with specific fats to unlock their power, so stay with me until the very end. Let's begin our countdown with fruit number 7, the kiwi. You might think of kiwis as just a tart, green snack, but in the world of ophthalmology nutrition, they are known as the internal sunglasses for your eyes. Kiwis are one of the densest sources of 2 critical carotenoids, lutein and zeaxanthin. These 2 compounds are interesting because your body does not produce them naturally. You must ingest them. Once inside your system, they have a very specific destination. They migrate directly to the macula, the bullseye of your retina. Once there, they accumulate and form a yellow pigment that acts literally like internal sunglasses. They filter out dangerous high-energy blue light frequencies before they can smash into your photoreceptor cells. A study published in the British Journal of Ophthalmology suggested that higher intake of these specific carotenoids could reduce the risk of developing advanced macular degeneration. But kiwis have a secret weapon that puts them at number 7, vitamin C. We often think of oranges for vitamin C, but gram for gram, kiwis pack a more powerful punch. Your eye contains a liquid called the aqueous humor. This liquid needs to be saturated with vitamin C to prevent the proteins in your lens from clumping together. When those proteins clump, they form a cloud. We call that cloud a cataract. By eating a kiwi before bed, you are essentially bathing your lens in a protective antioxidant bath all night long, preventing that cloudiness from forming. Imagine waking up and realizing the world looks just a little bit brighter, the colors a little more vivid. That is the power of the humble kiwi. Moving down our list to fruit number 6, watermelon. This is a fruit that many seniors avoid because they worry about the sugar content. But when it comes to vision, watermelon is a hydration hero with a hidden chemical secret called citrulline. Remember when we talked about the blocked roads preventing nutrients from reaching your eye? Citrulline is the bulldozer that clears the path. When you ingest citrulline, your kidneys convert it into arginine, which is a precursor to a miracle molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a vasodilator. It signals the smooth muscles inside your blood vessels to relax and widen. This is critical for eye health because the blood vessels feeding your retina are microscopic. Some are so small that red blood cells have to line up single file to get through. If those vessels are constricted by stress or age, the eye starves. By consuming watermelon, which is rich in citrulline, you gently boost nitric oxide levels, allowing blood to flow freely into the ocular tissue during the night. Furthermore, watermelon contains lycopene, the red pigment that gives it color. Lycopene is a powerful scavenger of free radicals. It targets the oxidative stress that accumulates during the day. Think of watermelon not just as a summer treat, but as a vascular support system for your eyes. It helps maintain healthy intraocular pressure, which is vital for those of you worried about glaucoma, the silent thief of sight. Glaucoma is often caused by poor drainage and high pressure within the eye. While watermelon is not a cure, supporting healthy blood flow and fluid dynamics is a proactive step you can take tonight. Next at number 5 on our countdown, we have a dark, mysterious berry that has a legendary history, black currants. During World War II, it was rumored that British Royal Air Force pilots were fed black currant jam to improve their night vision during World War II. It was rumored that British Royal Air Force pilots were fed black currant jam to improve their night vision during bombing raids. While that story was partially wartime propaganda to hide the invention of radar, the science behind it turned out to be shockingly accurate. Black currants contain exceptionally high levels of anthocyanins. These are the deep purple pigments that protect the berry from sunlight, and they do the same for you. Anthocyanins specifically help with the regeneration of rhodopsin. Rhodopsin is a protein in the rod cells of your eyes, the cells responsible for seeing in low light. Every time you look at a light and then look away into the dark, your rhodopsin is bleached and needs to regenerate. As we age, this regeneration process slows down, which is why you feel blind for several seconds when you walk into a dark room or get hit by headlights. Clinical trials have shown that the specific anthocyanins in black currants, specifically cyanidin 3-glucoside, can speed up the regeneration of rhodopsin. This means faster adaptation to darkness and less night blindness. If you struggle with driving at night or find yourself tripping over things when you get up to use the restroom in the dark, black currants are your new best friend. They also improve blood flow to the optic nerve head, providing a dual layer of protection against visual field loss. This is the fruit that helps you reclaim the night. Number 4 is a fruit you likely have in your fridge right now, but you are probably underestimating its power, blueberries. Often called the brain berry, blueberries are inextricably linked to the brain-eye connection. You see, your retina is technically a piece of brain tissue that has grown out of the skull during development. Therefore, what is good for the brain is often miraculous for the eye. Blueberries contain a specific antioxidant called pterostilbene. Pterostilbene is chemically similar to resveratrol found in red wine, but it is far more bioavailable and can cross the blood-retina barrier with ease. Once inside the eye, it works to reduce inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is the enemy of your vision. It causes the tiny capillaries in the retina to leak fluid and bleed, a condition often seen in diabetic retinopathy. Blueberries help to strengthen the walls of these capillaries, making them more resilient. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that regular consumption of blueberries could improve the recovery of photoreceptor function after light exposure. This means that after a long day of looking at screens, reading, or being out in the sun, the compounds in blueberries help your eyes bounce back faster while you sleep. They essentially hit the reset button on your vision, clearing out the metabolic waste products that cause blurriness. Plus, they support cognitive function, so you are protecting your memory while you protect your sight, a win-win for anyone over the age of 60. It came from another planet, dragon fruit. Specifically, the variety with the deep magenta flesh. This fruit is a powerhouse of vitamin C and betalains. But the reason it sits at number 3 is its unique ability to combat oxidative stress in the lens of the eye. As we age, the proteins in our eyes undergo a process called oxidation, turning them yellow and hard. This is why colors often look dull to seniors. Dragon fruit is packed with magnesium, which is a mineral that many of us are chronically deficient in. Magnesium acts as a natural calcium channel blocker. Why does this matter? Because when calcium floods into the cells of the eye uncontrolled, it leads to cell death and calcification, literally the hardening of your vision. Magnesium helps regulate this flow, keeping the tissues of the eye soft, flexible, and hydrated. The high water content coupled with the potent antioxidants in dragon fruit helps to maintain the vitreous humor, the gel-like substance that fills your eyeball. As we age, this gel can liquefy and shrink, pulling on the retina and causing floaters, those annoying little specks that drift across your vision. Keeping the vitreous healthy and hydrated with the nutrients found in dragon fruit can help minimize the formation of these floaters, giving you a clearer, unobstructed view of the world. Now, we arrive at number 2. This fruit is a giant in the world of ancient medicine and is finally getting the respect it deserves in modern science. Goji berries. In traditional Chinese medicine, goji berries have been used for thousands of years specifically to brighten the eyes. Modern analysis confirms why. Goji berries have the highest concentration of zeaxanthin of any known natural food source. They are so rich in this compound that they are effectively a targeted supplement for the macula. Remember the internal sunglasses? Goji berries are like upgrading to polarized, military-grade lenses. They protect the retinal pigment epithelium, a layer of cells that nourishes the photoreceptors. When this layer breaks down, we get dry macular degeneration, for which conventional medicine has very few answers. But nature has provided a solution. Consuming goji berries has been shown to increase plasma zeaxanthin levels significantly, which correlates directly with macular pigment density. The thicker your macular pigment, the more protected you are against age-related vision loss. A landmark study showed that participants who consumed goji berries daily for 90 days had less hypopigmentation and fewer drusen, the yellow deposits that signal the start of macular disease, compared to the placebo group. This is real, measurable protection. It is the closest thing we have to a shield for your central vision. And finally, we have arrived at the number 1 best fruit to eat before bed to protect your vision. This fruit addresses a root cause that almost no one talks about. Glycation. That fruit is the papaya. Why is papaya number 1? Because it contains a powerful enzyme called papain, and it is rich in beta-carotene. But the real magic is how it fights glycation. Glycation happens when excess sugar in your bloodstream binds to protein molecules, creating sticky, damaged structures called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These AGEs are devastating for the eye. They accumulate in the lens, causing it to become opaque. They stiffen the blood vessels in the retina. They are a major driver of diabetic eye disease and age-related cataracts. Papaya helps improve digestion and metabolism, and its potent antioxidant profile helps inhibit the formation of these dangerous AGEs. By eating papaya, you are helping to keep the proteins in your eyes clear and functional. It acts as a systemic cleanser, ensuring that the nutrients from all the other foods you eat are actually absorbed and utilized. Many seniors have compromised digestion, meaning they eat healthy food but don't absorb the nutrients. Papaya fixes this. It ensures that the lutein, zeaxanthin, and vitamins you consume actually make it into your bloodstream, and to your eyes. It is the key that unlocks the door for all other nutrients. Without the enzymatic support of papaya, your expensive supplements and healthy diet might be going to waste. It is the ultimate guardian of your vision. Now, knowing the fruits is only half the battle. I promised you the 3 golden rules, because if you eat these fruits incorrectly, you will lose up to 80% of their benefits. Listen closely, because this is the secret sauce. Lutein, zeaxanthin, vitamin A, and beta-carotene are all fat-soluble nutrients. This means they cannot be absorbed by your body without the presence of fat. If you eat a bowl of dry goji berries or a plain kiwi on an empty stomach, most of those precious nutrients will pass right through you. You must pair these fruits with a healthy fat. My recommendation? Eat a small handful of walnuts or almonds with your fruit. Or add a dollop of full-fat Greek yogurt. This simple trick signals your gallbladder to release bile, which emulsifies the fats and carries the vision-saving nutrients across the intestinal wall and into your bloodstream. Do not skip the fat. You should consume this fruit snack about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Why? Because you want the peak nutrient concentration in your blood to coincide with the onset of deep sleep, which is when the release of growth hormones and cellular repair mechanisms are most active. If you eat it too early, the nutrients are metabolized before the repair cycle begins. If you eat it right as your head hits the pillow, you risk acid reflux. 30 minutes is the sweet spot. While fruit sugar is natural, you don't want to spike your insulin right before bed, as high insulin interferes with growth hormone. Therefore, stick to a small portion, about half a cup to 1 cup maximum. You are using this as a therapeutic tool, not a dessert binge. Small, consistent doses are better than massive quantities that disrupt your metabolism. Imagine for a moment what it would feel like to wake up 6 months from now. You open your eyes, and the morning light doesn't sting. You walk into the kitchen, and you can read the expiration date on the milk carton without hunting for your glasses. You drive at night, and the street signs are crisp and clear. The fear of losing your independence fades away, replaced by a confidence that your body is healing, regenerating, and strengthening every single night. This is not a fantasy. This is the power of nutrition. It is the power of giving your eyes exactly what they are screaming for. The pharmaceutical industry wants you to believe that your decline is inevitable because that keeps you as a customer for life. But you have a choice. You can choose to take control of your health with simple, natural, potent foods that have been provided for us. I want you to try this. Pick 1 or 2 of the fruits from this countdown. Maybe start with the kiwi or the goji berries, and follow the fat pairing rule for just 2 weeks. Then, pay attention to how your eyes feel. Pay attention to the dryness, the strain, the clarity. I believe you will be amazed by the difference. If you found this information valuable, if you learned something new about how your eyes work, please hit that like button. It helps us get this life-saving information to more seniors who are struggling in silence. And do not forget to subscribe to the Vital Health channel. We are building a library of natural, science-backed solutions to fix blurry vision and restore your health naturally, without dangerous surgeries or harsh chemicals. Share this video with a friend or a family member who has been complaining about their eyesight. You might just give them the gift of sight. Thank you for watching. Keep feeding your eyes, and I will see you in the next video.